My controlling coworker demanded I cover her work. Instead, I resigned, accepted a better job, and ended up ruining the vacation she had been looking forward to for 3 years. She is not my boss but constantly looks over my shoulder, telling me how to change my work. She is rude to the people we work with overseas online. She does it all on speakerphone and ignores me when I ask her to use a headset while she yells at them. She talks about her stomach problems and her issues pooping. When I ask her not to, she tells me to get over it. If another coworker comes to speak to me, she answers for Mr. and over me. She also swears at her computer, verbally responding to emails she doesn't like. Talks over her breath while reading her work constantly. I told her many times to please stop and she got pissed, saying she doesn't jump to my tune and complains of having to walk on eggshells around me as she isn't accustomed to modifying her behavior for anyone. The company is tiny, and the owner is insanely, pitifully cheap. So I'm the first person in years who is able to cover her work. She is desperate for a vacation and recently booked a long trip to Hong Kong for 2.5 weeks. She doesn't know yet that I was recently offered a way better full-time job through someone I've worked freelance for in the past. My freelancer is understanding if I were to wait a bit before I end my current employment, as my coworker's holiday is in 2 weeks. But I think I'll give my notice early. Our boss is a huge a-hole and my coworker hate his guts. It should be an interesting fallout, as if she goes on holiday and there is no one else who can do her job. She will have a total meltdown. Update: so my awful coworker has been in a great mood the last few weeks and obsessively setting me up to take over her projects for the next 3 weeks, which I'm dutifully doing. She also clogged the workplace toilet, denied she did it, left it before leaving on Wednesday, and told me to get the cleaners too. Deal with it today. Thought you guys would enjoy that bit. I received my official job offer, coincidentally, an hour before she left. I told her I was leaving and she does understand because this place sucks. I told her I'd do my best for her during her holiday and make sure all was okay. Then I went and told the owner. He laughed at me and said he would talk to me the next day. So yesterday he goes into this whole thing about how when he hired me he contacted my references and they all told him to watch out for me and that he was gracious enough to give me a chance because it's very hard out there right now and I should relax and wait a few months so he could give me a raise. Just be patient. I realized he thought I was bluffing. I said, repeatedly, that I have a job offer and I was accepting it and I would do my due diligence not to screw over my coworker and VP of sales to cover the project so we don't mess up the multi-million-dollar order. The owner just kind of shrugged because he would happily cut off his nose to spite his face. Today, Friday, I saw him interviewing someone for my job. Yesterday at 4 p.m. we had the above convo and at 10 a.m. today they were interviewing. I'm in a small industry that's going through hard times, so I guess it doesn't take long to find someone. So he just called me into his office, a half hour ago, and told me to leave, so I said, okay. And grabbed my stuff. Where I live he will have to pay me out for an additional week by law for letting me go before I officially leave. I don't care. I'd like a break before the new job starts and I'll be paid 80% more anyway when it does. So maybe the petty revenge wasn't by me for my coworker. It was by my boss towards her, the she-Thai coworker the boss also hates but is forced to keep because she knows everything about her job and accepts terrible pay. Good luck with the project. The VP of sales doesn't understand how the approvals work for this gig. I hope something messes up and they get dinged for non-compliance charges, which is apparently what happened for the company to go to poop anyway. I feel a bit for the new person he hired though.